Well, hello. This is my first review of a watch. I own many different watches and I love to collect them, play with them, have different kinds, and always looking for something new. Uh, this time I'm going to be talking about the Casio DWH. H, I guess it stands for Health 5600. I believe I was number 70 of the people that purchased actually this watch right here. Looks nice, uh, but it has a lot of shortcomings. And I have seen some people online reviewing these watches, and I guess when you look at things, they just talk the regular things that they're not actually using the watch for what it was built for. They're just looking how cool it looks and what model does it have and things like that, which is understandable. But in my case, I have a Garmin watch. This is the Forerunning 255. I have a Finicky 6. I have a Polar Grid X, which this particular one is very tied to that particular watch because it's designed for active life. The H, like I said before, it stands for health. That's what I think it is. But just to start, here's the module of the watch. Everyone that I've been looking at their videos, they talk about this screen, which is very nice. You can see it from any angle, and I work out a lot inside and outside, and I also go to construction sites because my profession takes me to go visit some of those. And I took the watch just like that. I took this case that comes with the watch, and as you can see, anybody that has G-Shocks, they know they have these little guards here. And to me, to press it, it's just I was using my nail basically to push into this button. So I grab a blade and I cut a notch in there, and I use my Dremel tool just to shave it a little more. I need to fix it even more, but now when actually I place it like it's supposed to be, I can touch the buttons no problem. As you can see, it has different profiles there, which are pretty good. It also comes with this band. They match the colors. The style of the band, it's okay. uh, I wish it will have more perforations because I sweat, and when you are sweating you want all that water to dissipate fast. um, you can see right here, this particular module does not have screws, and for what is built, all those mods for the cases and bracelets, they put metal. If you put metal braces and this thing, or you're thinking and doing that, this watch is definitely not made for you. It has a really nice screen, yes. There is another watch. There's the GVD 200 and 100. They are squares like this. They have the same screen. I will suggest you to go buy that one because they only have a pedometer. And this particular one, it has a heart rate monitor. And if you look at here, it looks like a little paw of a cat, of a rabbit. And if you put it really tight, it can leave you a little print wherever you have it. But that's the main purpose of this, because with all these optical sensors, you can see the one from Garmin, they have this. It's more a solid place, but still has a little ring around it that's gonna leave a mark in your skin. This one has 3 holes, which I actually prefer because it's more accurate. The light is not just gonna be in one whole place in your skin, but it actually sits completely flat in each of those holes. Now, the other thing you see is this charger. This watch, it will last up to 5 days if you do like me 2 hours of exercise, walking, and have the heart rate monitor fully engaged, it will last 5 days tops. Now it says right there, solar power is not tough solar. It has a little ring around it, and it will help to get it with juice. But if you're doing a lot of activities, it's not gonna last no more than 5 days. Also, the charger is very finicky. I plugged it into a 5-volt outlet, 9 volts, and everything else, and the watch just doesn't recognize it. It has to be a low amp, probably 2.5 volts, and it will start charging the watch. And it will take about an hour and a half to 2 to fully charge it. Hopefully my phone can see there is the battery charge indicator right there. I fully charged yesterday. I did a few activities, and it's already a couple of lines going down. So I use the watch for what it's made. It's for the activity tracking. Everything else, it works wonderful. Also, these two buttons here are the ones that are gonna do everything for you. These two are basically nothing, just a back button and a light. This one down here, the one that is in this cool bronze color, goes to the heart rate monitor. Then you grab this one and click OK, and I put my finger, and it's gonna start registering it. So also what I did on this, it allows you to, in the application, because you can connect this watch with your phone, which the application absolutely sucks. If you buy this watch because you think you're gonna have the same experience as you do with Polar or Garmin, even an Apple Watch, it's not. Casio is very Mickey Mouse. It has a Mickey Mouse application. It's just terrible. But as you can see right there, you can see that if you click again right there, it will tell you the trend that of your heart rate, and then it goes back to zero. It's just two screens on that one. With this one, you go back, click on this one again, your blood oxygen, click on that, don't move, and it's gonna start measuring. So what I noticed, since I own the Polar Grid X and this one, it has two systems built into one, and really one tiny screen. The good thing is the screen is very legible. You can see it, even the small little icons, you can see that. But the biggest problem is that because it runs Polar software in the background, yet Casio decided to grab all those algorithms, all the technology, and rebuild it based on their own stuff. So as you can see, I have 100% oxygen, even though I was sick, and which is actually very accurate with my Garmin and my Polar. They gave me 98, 97. This one gives me 100. So not bad. And if you click on this, it's not gonna let you go one more function, so you gotta go back. You go back again, then it gives you just like in the Polar watches, for relaxation. You click on that. I set it up in the application to 5 minutes. That helps you relax. It walks you through some breathing exercises, and that's how you do it. You go one more wartime and you click on that. I have it set up for Spain because that's the place I visit the most, so that's the time they have right now. You click on that, nothing's gonna happen. So cycle it one more time. My cardio status, since I've been using this watch for about actual workouts about 3 days, you click on that and it tells you all the different things in matrix that it got, and that's it. It's not very visible. If you can see, it's telling me that I'm overreaching at 46%. What it means is that I'm working very hard, I'm training very hard, and it tells you how many hours more. I have 17 hours more to rest before I go full travel again and start exercising. That's the cardio status, and then it goes back to that. Then you click on this, it gives you the profiles if you click only the top. So that's the part that I think it really lacks everything from Polar, because Casio decided to give this watch only 4 profiles. One is this gym workout, then I believe you gotta go with that one, running, which is assisted GPS from your phone. So this one doesn't have a GPS module, and the sampling it takes, I figure, is about every 10 seconds is gonna give you a sampling of your position. So when you look at the graphics that you get in the application, is not the best. It's not really well put together, and so that might be a little frustrating for some. The other one is walking, same thing, and the application allows you to customize, and I'm gonna click on these screens, because you go through there and it will allow you to cycle through some of the things that they are enabled. So you can see your distance, your pace, your speed, and then it tells you what kind of heart rate position you are in. You are in level 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So that will determine your efforts for the watch itself. So I like to keep it in this screen, because I can really tell how hard am I hitting the road, or how hard am I lifting. Because usually when I go to exercise, I don't use this profile, and to stop you gotta hit this button again, and actually I hit it to start, so it's gonna start and it's gonna start counting. With this one you can cycle to the screens, and it always keeps the time down here. Really tiny little place, but it keeps the time. So to stop the exercise, you could just click on that one, and then you can go here and it tells you resume, save, discard. So with this button down here, you go cycle through that. I'm gonna say discard. With this one you select, and that's it. And then you go back and you have this. And the profile I'm using the most right now is this one, the gym workout. I hope Casio will adopt the profiles from Polar, such as workout, HIIT, cardio, and weights. With those 4, I think this watch can appeal to a lot more people, because right now this one is a very generic profile. So the algorithms from Polar, they are not gonna be the same. And then you hit one more time, you start again. And they have another one is interval training, where you can set up the times. Let's say if you're gonna do a HIIT workout, you can set up 30 seconds to be working the ropes, 15 seconds rest, you go 45 hitting the chest, again 15 seconds pause, and it goes like that. So that can be useful, but sometimes it's just too tedious. So and then you can change the screen in the application. Like I said, the application is very gimmicky. If I edit this video, I'm gonna put a little screen on this side where you can see what I'm talking about. But the other thing, if you see, I took the case out, and I have this particular strap from another watch I have, and it looks nice. It comes from this watch, from the Casio AE1200. They all have the same. I put this one on a ladder strap. I really love this one, really simple, and so it works. I love my Casios. This is another one, and this is the ProTrek, beautiful watch as well. But anyway, going back to this, I took the strap, and when I place it on my wrist, give me a second, it looks much smaller, and I actually really like this profile of the watch. It looks really cool. In fact, some of my friends made a joke, because in fact one of them, she said, this is the Casio and the Rolex, but this is not just a regular Casio. This one looks like it's more upgraded. So she was completely right. and you can see it's a little thicker too. But I like this way. I grab a piece of clear bra I have for my car, and I cut it and I place it right on top of this, because this is, I believe, is plastic, maybe the screen that this watch has. So just to protect it, again, you can put the case, snaps on, really simple. And some other YouTubers that I see that, like I said, I love my watches, and I see they review it, but they don't go to this detail. They just talk about what they don't like and waka waka waka. But in this particular one, like I said, I shaved the buttons. So let me put it back in my wrist. And as you can see, when you put it, now I don't have to be using my nail to get it in there. I just go like that, and it's very easy. It's natural. So if Casio is listening, I will say, make this watch useful for everybody else, because having those guards like they had it all the way here, like this button was almost untouchable, is useless. I know you want to go and make it a G-Shock. It works. It is good. Now, once again, the application for the watch absolutely sucks. And if you go to the Apple store, or if you go to the Android, and I think this is a little bit more problems with Android, it can take me a good 6 to 7 times to connect the information from the watch to the application. Now the watch truly collects all the information, no problems, no questions. It has all the information saved, but somehow from the watch to the application, and I believe that's a talk between the Polar and the Casio overlay, and it's causing the problems not to generate the information right away. But just to finish it, oh, and I made a leather strap too. I made my own leather strap because I work with leather, and it looks really cool with the leather strap. It's very similar to this one, but it has the cutout here. So the watch, that's the beauty, you don't have to take screws. You will sit just like that, just the module, and it will come with the straps like this. So it makes really cool. Now, I was gonna return this watch, like I said, because when I was disappointed, I just didn't like it. So I said I'm gonna return it, but then I look at this thing, I cut it, and I said, screw it. I spent $300 on this. It came, and I know why they do this. And you can call it, oh, we are saving the earth. We don't really care about the earth, and I'm being honest, because we do so much waste on everything. So it doesn't make sense. I pay extra $3 extra for this little baggie. They probably cost them 5 cents. Made in China, I'll bet. So that was that. Came in this little bag. And this is the disappointing part. It came in this paper box. It feels like it's a Timex or even worse than a Timex. It's better than that little plastic box. I mean the card box they usually come. But I don't know, if I felt disappointed on this thing. And if you can see in the box, like I was telling you, it comes with the heart rate, the smartphone link, that's the application, 200 feet go down below, 200 meters, I'm sorry. Solar power, because it can charge a little bit using the power of the sun, and the USB charging. Now, this watch had an update, which it took about 15 minutes over Bluetooth, and I thought that was like, my goodness, it will be nice if this watch, for the price they are charging you, which again, Feels like I'm whining about it, but when I think about this particular one, this is my 255. It cost me about 350. Okay, and let me see. This is another one I use as a pedometer. This is the Garmin Venue 2. It cost me 199. And when you can see these particular functions and the touchscreen, it has a lot more profiles. That's, I think, what is kicking me in the nuts the worst. I don't have strength, I don't have cardio, I don't have row. There are some things that I do, and I know I have to be only in one profile, and that's it. And you know, it's for the price that I'm, and this one has a GPS built in. It has a GPS built in. This one for $300. If you're a fan of Casio and the only thing you care is about the screen, and that's it, because you cannot even get these cases because this particular module is a little bit wider by about 3 millimeters this direction. So if you grab the module from the regular 5600, it's not gonna snap correctly. It's gonna try to bulge this way. Also, the thickness is thicker, so you have about 4 millimeters from here to the back plate that is thicker than your regular G-Shock. So to finish this, should you buy it? If you're a guy that's just gonna be sitting at your desk and just wanna have a cool toy because the screen, it's a tough sell, but if you like it, go ahead, spend the money. But if you wanna have a really hit the gym and start doing the regular things you do with your, like I said, with your Polar, with your Garmin, don't buy it. I spent the $300 for you. It's not worth it. Now, if you are gonna put up with that and said, okay, I wasted the money and I gonna make it work, basically that's what I'm doing. Yeah, it works. I love the screen. The screen is probably the best out of this. Like I said, Casio has another watch that it has a pedometer, it has the same screen, and you can go to Amazon or even to the same Casio website and get it for $130. If you go to the used market, you could probably get it for $90, $80, which it will be really good. The good advantage of this thing is if I go to hikes or anything like that, I could probably throw the case again and make it more appealing. Yes, when I put the strap like this, it looks really cool, but if you want to sleep at night with this strap and this case, it's not very comfortable, not comfortable at all. So for me, for now, I go with this profile. Looks simple enough at night. The quick bars release, they're in here. This one I just put the regular, but I have some quick release, so I can put it with any black leather band or brown leather band. It works really good because the color of the screen and the button. This way is a lot easier to click on it. So yeah, so tell me what you think. If you like my first review I did of a watch. I really like Casios, but this one is an odd one. So Casio, hopefully you have an update, add more profiles, quit some of the double pushing that we have to do when we get in there, especially with the regular things. Like that I can kind of understand. You have to confirm by clicking this button. This one, same thing. But when you go to the word time, to the timer, to the countdowns, everything like that, I think you should just put it in there. I took them off because I'm not using it. It's just too many little screens to go through that. So that's why I took them off, because you can customize that in the screen and the application. I mean, but overall, it's a cool watch. It's not made for everyone, especially if you are really active. Uh, Stick around with your Garmin. Even this little Venue 2 is gonna do a lot more than this. But if you like the look of a G-Shock, which I do, and that's why I am putting up with this, go ahead and buy it. It's $300. Give yourself a birthday present, or try to justify it somehow and make it work. And that's all for me. Thank you.